y'all, it's Heel Heat time.
Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and this is an episode of How I Would Have Booked. On this episode, we're going to cover the Claire Lynch angle. Possibly the worst angle in the history of wrestling. It's something that fans hated. They hated while it was going on. It's one of the things that are point to when people look back at TNA and say what they've done wrong. So let's see what we could possibly do to make the Claire Lynch angle a little bit better. And we're going to start off with what they did. Coming off the breakup of Fortune, Ric Flair's group, we had Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian form Bad Influence, and they were feuding with AJ Styles. In the feud, they started suggesting that AJ Styles and Dixie Carter were having a relationship, both cheating on their significant others. They showed some videos that were kind of looking like it was that. In the midst of this, it changed, and we find out the reveal on that part was they were not having an affair, but they were having secret meetings to help their friend Claire Lynch, who was a drug addict, and they were trying to get her help. That's why they couldn't say nothing. That's why they tried to keep it secret. They wanted to help Claire. Focus shifts to Claire. We find out that Claire is pregnant, and supposedly, according to Bad Influence and her, AJ Styles is the dad. Photos and of proof of this happen. The actress Julia Riley, who played Claire Lynch, leaves TNA abruptly. So they scrambled to give us the ending with the lawyer who says AJ's not the father. Two things that stood out in this, two pieces of reality that were into it. One of them rumored and one of them we know for a fact. The rumor why it shifted from Dixie to Claire Lynch was that Serge, Dixie's husband, was not happy with the angle, did not like his wife in this kind of a role. Now, I tend not to believe this, because if you remember, he was on an episode of Impact and he punched AJ Styles. So I kind of think he might have been in on it. Maybe he got cold feet after that. Who knows? The second part, the Julia Riley, aka Claire Lynch part. As soon as the internet found out who the actress really was, the internet being the internet, decided to shit all over her. They went to this woman's acting page, they put bad reviews all over it. It was outed that she played Olive Oil at Universal Studios. So there was a whole huge backlash which made her quit, and who could blame the girl, really? She was just a struggling actress trying to get a job. I mean, before this, she was mostly known for infomercial-type commercials and Olive Oil. Not really something huge. Another thing that kind of bothered me is Julia Riley is not a bad-looking woman. However, the way they did her makeup and the way they had her look on the show played down, and again, rumors say it's because Dixie didn't want her to be more attractive than her. That's coming actually from a shoot interview I seen with Daniels and Kazarian. And they even said so on TV, which was really weird, because why would AJ Styles cheat on his wife with what everyone is calling an ugly woman? Which, again, Julia Riley is not. If you were on TV crying and screaming and looking angry all the time, you'd probably not look so great either. So, can't blame her that much on that. That being said, we're going to go into my version of the same story. Now, it comes down to me. I'm said, hey, this is what we want to do. You make it happen. So we're going to start it off basically the same way. We're going to start off with Bad Influence, bringing up the rumors that AJ Styles is cheating on his wife with Dixie Carter. They show the videos of it, which obviously we see Dixie and AJ both upset about this. A couple weeks go by and they bring out more videos. This time, surveillance shows that Dixie isn't the only one. We see AJ out to dinner with another woman. We see him walking with another woman. We see them go into a house together. And we find out that this woman is, later on we'll find out that this is actually Claire Lynch. Cut to the next week after that. On Impact, we see AJ's wife seemingly kicking AJ Styles out. He's leaving with a bunch of boxes. He's leaving with a bunch of packages. Basically, you see a video, a very poorly shaken home video of AJ and his wife arguing, and then we see AJ leaving with boxes out the back, putting them in a pickup truck and leaving the house. All the while AJ is wrestling, he seems to be distracted. He's losing to people he shouldn't lose to, which leads us up to the match at Destination X with Christopher Daniels. Now, he asks for this match so he can put an end to it, so he can shut Daniels up. It's a last man standing match, just like the original, but my storyline, of course, is going to go a little further. AJ wins the match. We seem to think it's the end of it. However, on that week's Impact Wrestling, Christopher Daniels says, "You know what, AJ? We've been friends for 10 years. You're like a brother to me. I just want to get to the end of this. Another person that I'm really close with is your wife. Next week, I'm going to bring her on. We're going to get to the end of this. I'm just looking out for her, AJ, because I became her friend too. She goes to dinner with my wife. They hang out. They raise their kids together. We just want to help her out, AJ, because we think you're doing the wrong thing." The next week on Impact comes. Daniels is in the ring with AJ's wife. She's visibly upset. She's shaking. She doesn't know what's going on. She sees, they replay all the videos. She starts tearing up a bit. She says, "I can't believe AJ would do this to me. I can't believe any of this." Out comes AJ Styles for the big reveal. Now, he comes out and he says, "Babe, please, let's go to the back. We'll talk about it. I don't want to talk about it in front of everybody." His wife declines. She says, "No, what you have to say to me, you can say in front of all your fans, because they believe in your bullshit just like I believe in your bullshit. Keep a little bit of truth in here." Then we see Dixie Carter come out to the ring. Dixie tries to tell his wife, "Look, it's not what you think it is. I can't tell you what's going on because it's not my place to, but it's not what you think it is." Then we also see Claire Lynch come out to the ring. Again, same thing. "I'm sorry, it isn't what you think it is, but I can't tell you, it's not my place." We see AJ's wife. She leaves, crying. It's the end of the Impact. So the next week, we come back. We have AJ in the back. He's talking with Claire Lynch. Then we see him a little bit later. He's talking with Dixie Carter. We see him again talking with Claire Lynch. And then we see AJ's wife arriving with Christopher Daniels. They come in the ring. They bring out some lawyers. She says, "AJ, I didn't answer your calls this week because I've decided I'm going to try and move forward. Please come in the ring. I have my lawyers here. We have the paperwork. I'm going to file for a separation and possibly get a divorce." AJ comes to the ring. He has Claire Lynch and Dixie Carter with him. He says, "Babe, I'm sorry it's gone too far. I've tried to call you all week. You haven't answered. We've been on the road, so I couldn't come home. This is all a huge misunderstanding. Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, they're playing you. They're trying to cause strife in my life so they can beat me in a wrestling match. This isn't AJ's, the wrestler talking. This is Alan talking. Here's the real reason. Here's what happened. The video they have of me meeting with Dixie Carter in a hotel, it just happened to be that we were on the road, so we met there. The reason I was meeting with Dixie is I wanted to ask for a cash advance on my next contract. I know we're going to have our fourth child soon, and I wanted to get in a little bit of an advance. So Dixie agreed with that. Then I met with this wonderful woman, Claire Lynch, who's a realtor. The reason I met with Claire is because I wanted to buy you that house that you like. You know, the one on the end of the street? The one that you always point to with the giant yard and the 5 bedrooms and plenty of room for the kids to play? Well, Claire here found out that it's on the market. I got in touch with her. I got the money for the advance from Dixie. This was going to be your anniversary gift. Unfortunately, these two numbskulls ruined it. But babe, here are the keys to your new house. Claire Lynch hands her the keys, the deed to the house. They hug and kiss. Everything looks fine. AJ Styles comes out looking better. We don't necessarily have the cheating storyline, but we also take away the elements that made it bad. We take away the whole pregnancy angle. Get rid of that altogether. Keep Claire in there because I think, why not? We just put it to more of what the storyline should have been, which was a fake out with AJ cheating on his wife, possibly with Dixie Carter, possibly why he gets put to preferential treatment. But in the end, we find out it was all a ruse. It was all Daniels and Kazarian trying to manipulate the situation to cause trouble in AJ's life. The next pay-per-view, we have a blow-off with AJ and a partner of his choice versus Daniels and Kazarian. He picks Kurt Angle, who was his tag team partner at the time, and that's the blow-off match. But basically, this is what I thought of that you could come out of to make this angle somewhat decent, a little bit better than what they had. Hopefully, you guys think what I come up with was a little bit better. If you like my ideas, if you think mine was worse, if you think it was better, let me know. Hit me up down here in the comments. How would have you done it? Let me know what you think. Make sure you hit like, hit subscribe, and share this video all around the internet. But basically, that's all I got to say on this one. My name is George Coles, and this has been an episode of How I Would Have Booked.